Welcome to another episode of I'm Finally Cooking. Today we're going to be making some fancy salmon. I call it salmon al poele, and I think it's just like pretty much like pan-fried salmon, but it just sounds fancier. And that's normally what I'm looking for. We're going to close that. I'm actually going to get this started up. I've got some chicken broth. I'm going to be making some risotto on stream. And I didn't want to make chicken broth, so I just bought a thing of chicken broth. But we're going to need quite a bit. And whatever I don't use, I'm just going to drink. Make soup out of. There we go. So we want to get that heated up. We're going to want that nice and hot. Because making the risotto is already going to be like a nuisance because it takes very long. So we got some arborio rice. It's generally the rice that's used for risotto. It's like a very thick, pebbly looking rice. Here, get up close here, right there. So you can see it's pretty thick, very pebbly. It's the only rice that they use for risotto. I'm sure there's like, you can use any rice, but this is like the best rice for it. We're gonna put down a nice little rag next to my little pot, next to my little turning spoon thing. My bowl, that's the name. And then we're just gonna slowly like incorporate this. It's a very like time-consuming process, so you're probably gonna be seeing me do this for a while. This is like a more intense, I guess, rice cooker right here. This is a hand rice cooker pretty much. And what we're doing is that we're softening up the rice to make it into a nice gravy rice. The only difference between from doing normal rice and risotto is that we're using a little extra. And obviously we're not cooking it all off. It's like slowly, it's like a slow cooker kind of thing, slowly cooking the rice. It's a very long, slow process, very relaxing thing.
2 hours later.
Let's see, how are we looking? Almost there.
2,000 years later.
So I've been saying it for the last 15 minutes, but that risotto is almost done.
3 days later.
Almost there. No, it's actually done. All right, so now I can finally actually cook and get this shit done. Get the salmon rolling, baby. So we're gonna start off by cutting 2 pieces. Sharp knife, cut through skin, and salmon skin is the worst. So, blackened seasoning, because we gotta make it blackened. Where's my salt? I somehow lost my salt. There it is. Okay, so salt, and then we're gonna do some oregano leaves, and toss in some garlic, a hint of rosemary. Rosemary is a very strong herb, so you don't need that much. Cayenne pepper, I like it a little spicy, so I'll throw in a little extra. Ground cumin, a smidgen, because cumin is, again, like one of those things that's like too much. A little goes a long way. Chili powder, some thyme. I'm all out of time. I only have so much time to do this. All right, and then black pepper. Last but not least, some dried cilantro leaves. I'll generally keep the skin on too. You can try to remove the skin, but removing skin is such a bitch and a half. So now we got my salmon rolling. Let's see. Oh, you can't even see it. Hang on. There we go. So now you can see the salmon action. I always cook my salmon medium rare. Medium rare salmon is just like the best taste because you get like the nice firm cooked outside with like a little bit of, ooh, that's greasy. A little bit of like the freshness on the inside. So that's blackened salmon right there. I'm gonna flip it over once more so I can throw in a little bit more spice. Oh, that is some risotto, baby. All right, so now do one more flippity flip. Now we need to get plates. Oh, let's see. All right, couple plates. All right, and then the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna wilt up some spinach. Yeah, I'll wilt it up in there, I don't care. Give some flavor to the spinach. All right, so now we got our plate. I hope I put that in the right spot. I didn't. Wait. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. So gonna get a nice spoonful. Hell, you know what? I'm gonna be generous. It's gonna be 2 spoonfuls. We're gonna make a nice little mountain. And we need some of that wilted spinach. There we go. That's a $28 meal right there. Salmon a puele. Probably pronounced differently, but there we go. Look at that beauty. So you got your nice bed of risotto. You got a nice wilted spinach, and then you got the finishing touch, the blackened salmon on top. All blendable flavors. I mean, the salmon and the risotto and the spinach are more of a mild flavor, but the risotto adds a bit of the crunch. And then the risotto is like an added accent flavor. So, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. I just got to move this thing. So there we go. So bye. I messed up at one of my restaurant gigs where he wanted me to make risotto, and he didn't like say like how much he wanted. He just said make risotto, and so like I didn't know how much he wanted, so I just made like this entire bag, and that entire bag took me like 2 hours of constantly doing this, but it's in a sauce pot like this wide, and so I was like having really bad hand cramps after a while. It was not fun.